Everybody, and welcome to another live show from Hex Token and Superman Crypto, streaming to over 9,600 subscribers. So big shout out to everybody out there. If you want to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, on the way, it'd be really great. If you're watching after the live show, of course, get your comments in, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff as we grow, head towards 10,000 subscribers. It's going to be a lot of fun. The other thing, of course, is we're looking to grow. So really focused on growing now. In terms of onboarding to Pulsechain and to Hex. And so we're going to do a lot more content around that too. Stay tuned for that in the future. It's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, here on Hex Token and Superman Crypto, we document Pulsechain's growth. And so that's what we're doing every day. And it's going to be a lot of fun doing that. We're going to have projects after projects today. We're going to be covering Richard Hart, of course, GoPulseX swap, and of course, HexScout and Liquid Loans, and a few other projects as well. So stay tuned for all that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get into it. Let's say hello to a few people. We've got Lies Beneath the Truth in the house there. Hello, how are you? Very, very good, of course. I think it's a decent day for a walk today. I didn't manage to do my walk yesterday. Had certain, personal things happen. But today I'm going to be doing day 24. So, and my target is 300. So as long as you keep moving forward, you're doing well. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, and incentive token for the 100%. And obviously, we're going to talk about the price chart later on. But whenever the price pulls back like this, you've got people switching hands, right? So you've got the larger holders switching hands, which means that the retail book can pick up a lot more volume for their dollars when they're dollar cost averaging. So this has kind of been for that sort of people, those people. This has been kind of a dream run because you can accumulate so much volume and have a much, much, much bigger holding than you ever thought possible. So it's kind of cool like that. We got Brian as well. Good to see you, Brian. What's up, folks? Good to see you. And of course, Brian is moderating in Superman Crypto and Hex Token YouTube. So good to see you. Thanks very much, Brian. And we've got Hedgehog as well. Like it up. Good evening, Superman. What's up, Hexkins? Woohoo! Always good to see Check My Pulse in the house. And another Hex Token channel member as well. One day closer to viral and adoption. That's right. And that's what we're focused on. You got to remember that Pulsechain operates in true DeFi. Your keys, your coins. Not CeFi. Yeah, there's lots of things happening in CeFi, but not your keys, not your coins. And of course, you got to be careful out there with that. We've seen so many get compromised. And so in DeFi, you are your own bank, which is kind of cool. Oh, Archipelago's just given out 6 members. Hex, sorry, was it Hex? 5 Hex memberships there. Brennan's picked one up. Well done, Hexpedition. John Gibbons and Big Bully. And who's the last one? Van Sam. Hey, Van Sam, welcome. And all of you guys got Hex Token memberships as well. Don't forget to use the emojis and other perks like that in the chat. And thank you very, very much to, of course, thanks very much to Archipelago there, Archie, one of our cool moderators in the chat there. Big shout out. Appreciate the support. If you want to become a member, of course, hit the join button. We've got Pulsekins, Hexkins, and the Richard Hart Club. 3 memberships as well. You can support the channel as we live stream every day. Wookie's in the house, and Wookie says, has a bug on a rug sitting on a Ponzi, says Wookie. I have no idea what Wookie is saying, but welcome, Wookie. You are much appreciated. We got Pulsepot in the house. Jacob, good to see Jacob. TYRH. Yeah, we're actually going to be talking about TYRH. So you come in on the right day. You come in on the right day, Pulsepot. You came in yesterday too, so the chances are getting pretty likely. But good to see Pulsepot in the house. Yeah, holy, there, $12,300 per coin. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too. That just launched yesterday, so we're going to be covering that. Check My Pulse says, at this point, I'm still buying, even if RH streamed and said that it's overdone, sell it. Probably just another test. I ain't selling. I ain't buying anything else. History, it will rhyme. JMO says, check my pulse. I like that. Very, very, very good. You've got to remember that blockchain is operating by itself. The people are operating Pulsechain. It is the people's chain, and it is pure DeFi. And, of course, we also have immutable code in the contracts. And, of course, Hex has been in its 4th year. Immutable, like a solid rock of DeFi has the old Hex contract been. So check out hex.com. Links in the video description. What else there? We got Sandy Beach. Good to see you at Sandy Beach. Harry Williams in the house there. I was going to say hello, Williams. Harry Williams in the house there. Hello, everybody from Harry. Who else has jumped in there? Charity. Hello, everybody from Charity. And I just got up to my own welcomes there. That's pretty funny. We got Rev 10 as well, right on time today, but the dip by the dip DCA, absolutely. So much volume you're getting at the moment because some big hands decide to reposition, obviously following the SEC and we had a quasi V recovery, and of course that's been wound back, not completely, but mostly. And of course, people were able to get tons of volume at this price. So it's very lucky if you are DCAing. If you're not DCAing, you just got to hold tight, right? You got to hold tight and just to play it out. We are in the early phases. And of course, we have at a Black Swan event too. So that's to be taken into account. Rich Ray says, TYRH, insane in the membrane, awesome updates, plant and water, says Rich. Rich is enjoying his watering of the plants. Crypto Freedom as well. Good afternoon, Superman. Good to see you, Crypto Freedom. Archie, of course, big thank you to you. Crypto Tycoon, hello, RH family. Let's go Hex Token. Absolutely, we're pumped. It is Sunday here in good old New Zealand, and we are enjoying ourselves. So Sunday here. What else? There we got Nelson as well. Good evening from Canada. Hey, good to see you, Nelson. Go Trudeau. Vote Trudeau if you want freedom. Vote for Trudeau and get rid of we call him Trudolph. Trudolph. Get rid of Trudolph. And Canada's going to be shining. What a beautiful country, just like New Zealand. But the leadership, just like New Zealand, needs to be changed. It needs to be changed. All right, we got Sandy Beach as well. Today was a rest day for Sandy. Sandy gives us our health and fitness updates. Appreciate that, Sandy. Bloodfish King as well. Hi all. I have successfully sent a small amount of Australian dollars wired and mint some CST as a test. Nice one. Woo-hoo-hoo. Nice one, Bloodfish King. Well done on that. That's awesome, man. We're going to be talking a lot about Coast coming up. Now, we have got Brian's referral code. I'm sure Brian can post that in the chat there. But, yeah, we'll probably have a Hex Token one up in September. But in the meantime, yeah, if you want to use Brian's referral code for Coast, if you want to onboard some fiat directly to Pulsechain via CST, then post that in. That'd be cool. What else are we saying? We got Rocky Mountain and House there. Finally wrapped my PLS souls. Had 1 million pulse reward to claim. Unbelievable. Can't be that. That's amazing. So it could be pretty high actually if you had enough. If you had enough of them, then yeah, you definitely. It's been trading amazing on the old pulse souls. We're going to check that out later on. It is really, I think, the number one NFT collection that's been got the perfect combination of rarity, coolness, and royalties. Really does. And the founders still doing a good job out there despite the hiccup at the beginning. What else? Let's jump through some of these. Hexagon Choice. What's up, Hexagons? How are we doing for time? 8 minutes. I'll probably get into the content in a minute. How are we doing? We're jumping down through these comments. And I think we're up to date. there. Brian says memberships incoming on Superman Crypto channel. Come get them. Yeah, definitely. If you want to become a member on Superman Crypto, the membership's there as well. I've got to update a few things there, but I just updated all the video descriptions with GoPulseX swap. If you want to swap on Pulsechain, we're going to talk about that too. All right, let's get into it, folks. We got a big update from Richard. So, hey, we got George jumped in there. Hey, what's up, guys? Good to see you, George. Let's get into it. Hex Richard Hart, a tweet update. If you haven't seen this, we're going to read through this. This is Richard's latest tweet. He gave us a tweet yesterday, giving us a tweet today, and they're pretty cool tweets, actually, to be honest. Right on topic. We got Hex has technological advantages over Bitcoin. It's number one. It's never had an inflation bug. Yeah, it's locked tight. The Hex code is so immutable and so well put together. It's been locked tight, and of course, it's been a lot of fun following it through, especially after the initial launch phase as well. It's likely, number two, it's likely to be more secure forever, as its consensus supply code is an audited safe inside the EVM safe, which is pretty cool. Bitcoin has no audits, and its consensus supply code isn't locked in a safe, which may be why it's had more than one inflation bug. Number three, it doesn't burn up the environment to mint new coins. Obviously, Bitcoin miners, they're burning through a lot of electricity, especially when they're not in, in what do you call it, hydro places as well. In the case, they're still burning. And when you have an electric network, even if it's 80% renewable, it has the electrons are all mixed in together. So there's no discrimination on there with between gas and coal and things like that. Number four, it is more affordable to credit other addresses, with people often call the sending 136 times more affordable at this moment if you are running it on the Pulsechain network. Obviously, Pulsechain's super cheap. Hex uses a unique proof of, number five, Hex uses a unique proof of weight system for inflation. hybridized with proof of stake for logging the inflation, whereas the SHA-256 proof of work system Bitcoin users is rather bet to death across numerous projects. Number 6, Hex is more decentralized than Bitcoin. To mint new Bitcoin, you must beg one of the few companies to sell you their Bitcoin ASIC miners, and of course they go out like that. Have you ever seen those new ASIC miners go on online? They just go out, boom, they're gone. They're gone, and so quick, and in a timely manner, or you can't mine. That's right. So you get technology outdoes you, so you get beaten out by the new tech, and it goes on for sale, and it's gone before you know it. Then you have to maintain them, and with connectivity, electricity, and cooling, and of course getting cheap electricity. Enough of it is really hard. Sometimes they have people. Some of the miners are in like the coldest places you can imagine on Earth. Some pretty crazy places where some Bitcoin miners are. Minting Hex requires none of the begging or that centralization. Hex number 7, Hex is more friendly to price things in, as it has more units. No one likes paying fractions of Bitcoin for things. Millibits never took off. If it had, there'd still be around $30 each. And of course, he's got a few other items here around details on those Bitcoin bugs. Now we're going to jump through all that part, but that was pretty cool from Richard. And of course, then he's got this final comment here. It's a good thing writing software is speech and a protected human right, or else we might never make technological progress. I would want to live in a world where the people who can build a better future are scared to do it. If you're not building free and open source software, consider giving great thanks to those who do, because the internet we all use and love is built and maintained by those rare selfless souls. Thanks, devs. And we have some incredible devs in the Pulsechain community that are doing that. We talked about that yesterday. Alex McFurter with the Hedron Okosa, completely changing that game on that. And yeah, we've got so many cool devs. I'm thinking of Dip Capture and many others out there. There's tons of them now in the Pulsechain community. Really is cool. So nice little tweet there. Now, if you want to read about those bugs aspects, you can check out the tweet. I'm going to post it in the chat there if you want to read out those final little bug parts there and jump through. All right, that is the update from Richard today. Check out hex.com, folks. You can buy Hex on Pulsechain, Hex on Ethereum, and of course you can then start mining T-shares. You can mine Hex with T-shares. You have to swap your Hex over to T-shares, and you can start mining Hex. And you interact with the contract yourself. You do all the work, which is kind of cool. All right, that is pretty much it on Richard Hart's post. We're going to get into the next thing, of course, was HexScout. We're still on the Hex topic, hex.com. And we've got HexScout coming on. This is a bit of a collab between developers, but this thing looks pretty amazing. And think of portfolio management. It's kind of like that in that category. We've got things like Fatty out there. We've got obviously GoPulse. We've got quite a few others out there that in this category. I'm thinking of even was it investdex.io, things like that. They're all in the same sort of category. They offer a lot of different wide varied features, of course. But this is from HexScout. We're looking forward to this update. I think it's a really game changer here. This thing's pretty comprehensive, like almost a one-stop shop type of thing. Okay, so they've got an update, beta test progress update. Our HexScout beta testers have helped us identify a few, thankfully only a minor bugs. Obviously, software is difficult, and you have to get out all the edge cases and bugs and things like that, which will take us a few more days to rectify. We anticipated being able to launch by the end of next week. So we anticipate being able to launch by the end of next week. So that's pretty cool. So looking forward to that. What's that? By the end of the 20th, something like that. It's the 13th now, so the 20th, which is pretty cool. So we've got a decent project launching. Like I said, we've got quite a few of these middle-sized projects launching, but they're going to offer a lot of utility. Some of these, it's going to be really good. We anticipate being able to launch by the end of next week. Overall, we're thrilled with the progress and the flawless performance of all the essential main features. Accordingly, we're equally excited about the amazing feedback from our HexScout beta testers. Hashtag jealous. Are you jealous? I'm jealous. Hashtag jealous, which we're delighted to share with you. And these are some of the comments that they had to say about HexScout coming up there. Totally blown away. Incredible. Seriously awesome. Overall, I give it an A. Superbly executed. I'm speechless, and I think I'm drooling a bit. This app is going to be a huge success. It feels very professional and friendly to me. Straight A for that. The clarity and user friendliness are top notch. Absolutely insane, someone said, and of course, mind blowing. So intense. I'm utterly thrilled. So I don't know if you can do much better than those sort of comments. Pretty neat there. So a massive thank you to all of our beta testers. This means the world to us and is incredibly rewarding after over a year of hard work. So This is what I'm saying. We've got developers working in a Pulsechain ecosystem, and some of them have been working on this for a very long time, a year or 2 years. It really takes a long time. Coastal was working well over a year. It's been a long time for these devs to pull this, and it's all coming to fruition. We're still early in the Pulsechain launch, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see all these protocols, big and medium and small, coming to Pulsechain. We hope we're not just experiencing a happy beta test effect, and that HexScout can replicate the level of excitement for all of you post-launch. And so in the next bull run, it will be Hex to the moon, no doubt. So very, very cool. And of course, you got Launch Me into beta there, ready to pioneer with us. So it's kind of cool from that. Nice little Hex token comment there. We got Access Alive in there as well. Looking forward to the killer app on Hex and Archipelago in our community. And of course, just gave out those Hex token memberships. That's right. So everybody's in there. We got Hex Tangent as well. Lots of people in there on their comments. So kind of cool. I'm going to post a link to that if you want to check out HexScout a bit more. So that is HexScout's coming next week, folks, from the looks of it. Very, very good chance of it, at least by the end of the week next week. And that's going to be, I think, a major product in the portfolio management. It's going to be pretty broad. So looking forward to that. All right. I don't know if we've got a little view of that. So let's see if we have of the DApp. We got a little view there about HexScout.com. So if you go to the top of the Twitter handle there, you'll see the link there, and that will take you up to the details. Now, it does say game-changing Hex app from the creators of Hex.com, Hedron, HSI Watch, and for mobile and desktop. So it's going to be used on both of those formats, which is really cool. And there is a little bit of sneak peek. It's going to be an Apple and Google. So this is going to be a major app for Hex. Really will be. Pulsechain, it's going to be big for onboarding. Works with every wallet, non-custodial, privacy-friendly. Elevate your portfolio, your management portfolio and wallet, which is really cool. Track and manage all kinds of stakes. So it's going to be able to track your Hex stakes. It's going to be beautiful. Track and trade your assets as well. Manage support through our Telegram bot, which is great. Empowering DeFi, pooled stakes. You're going to be able to manage pooled stakes as well. That's awesome. Wow. So lots of cool stuff happening there. Look at that. It's all flying in. ESC20 support. Amplify your investing experience. You'll be able to swap on there as well. And of course, it's going to have credit card on-ramp. Yeah, boy, another on-ramp. Fiat on-ramp to Pulsechain, no doubt. So looking forward to that. Acquire Hex effortlessly within minutes. A credit card is all you require. And they've got a liquid calculator as well. So lots, like I say, it's kind of like an all-in-one. And you're going to be able to do not just portfolio management, but actually swapping and fiat on-ramping and everything. So this is going to be a killer onboarding app, as you guys can see. Track all stats effortlessly as well. Very important for people running their portfolio. Really, really cool. They're going to have leagues as well. The best Hex ranking leagues. Track your overall ranking. Level up to the next league. All that sort of stuff. Cool. They're going to have infotainment as well. Say what? Yeah, infotainment at your fingertips. Access the finest curated news for the Hex universe. Stay ahead of the real-time movements. Noise filter for Twitter. You need that for Twitter, right? Noise filter. Join the adoption waves there. Nice onboarding tool. I think this is going to be a big part, right? This is a big thing. And I'd like to see, I think we're going to see this. A lot of the influencers in the Pulsechain Hex space start moving into a lot more onboarding role as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The first step-by-step tool for Hex onboarding, understanding Hex and staking in 10 minutes. Isn't that cool? So the really explanation part, making something that's, quasi-complex into simplicity, where you have that simple and the complex together, simplicity. And I think that's kind of cool. That's going to be really useful. So yeah, lots of cool stuff in there. Really, really cool. You can see, man, the website is amazing. Look at all this detail that we have. Telegram bots, customized styles, pro mode. This is a triple A. I can see why the comments were so exciting about it. Look at that, awesome stuff. I'm going to post that in the chat there too. Check it out. This is coming potentially by the end of next week. This is huge for Hex and Pulsechain. I'm very excited about that. So cool. Let us jump in there. That is the website about HexScout.com coming next week. Woo! All things going well. All things going well. Looks like things are going pretty well. So excited about that. All right. Very cool. That is the HexScout. That is kind of cool. We're going to move on to liquid loans. We're doing things a little bit different, but with liquid loans update. Obviously, this is one of our big three ecosystems. And these guys are bringing not just the big fork of liquidity, collateralizing Pulse, the stablecoin USDL, and of course on platform earnings through the loan token. but they're also bringing the Fetch Oracle, a sort of an upgraded version, one might say, a white label version of Tallow with a lot of extra bells and whistles. But they're also bringing multi-sig as well with Pulsechain, I think it's called. So we're looking forward to that. And these guys are getting ever so closer to launching. Now, once they launch their Fetch Oracle, that is the trigger as well for Power City's Earn protocol. That collateralizes PulseX. It's going to bring a new stablecoin, Pulse PXDC, and of course, it's also going to offer a lot of pool incentives as well. Let me not forget about the pool incentives that both of these protocols will be offering for liquidity pools. So they're going to be big players. They're the big ones. They're the big players on the Pulsechain, and we're looking forward to them staying. Now, I'm actually very happy that it's taken just a little bit more time, and we're just letting this SEC Black Swan event play out. And of course, that's kind of cool, waiting for our big behemoths to launch when things are a little bit more quiet. And I like that. The timing is probably going to be very good indeed. And of course, it's going to bring the ultimate theme, a leverage lending to Pulsechain. And of course, add on to that PX universe with a fiat fork of Aave, but in particular, its famous fork, its GMX fork for perpetuals and margin trading. And of course, a lot of high yield farming opportunities in there too. So it's going to be pretty neat for that. All right, so we're looking forward to this. Let's see the update from Crazy Crypto, the CEO of Liquid Loans. And of course, not only are they bringing all these, but they're bringing a number of infrastructure tools to Pulsechain. And I think that's really cool stuff we haven't even heard about. And so it's going to be quite neat for that. Let's hear from him. I've just cut this video up. I have posted the full video last night on the chat. You can see the Liquid Loans video. I put it on both Superman Crypto and Hex Token channels. But let's hear this little summary. I cut out the beginning and the end. So there we go.
Just wanted to give you a very quick update on developments. So firstly, we're really pleased that the Liquid Loans audit has concluded. So we're just now waiting for the final report from the folks over at Halborn. Really happy with how that's gone. Those guys are really professional, have been fantastic in terms of reviewing the code, remembering that it is a smart contract audit. We're really happy with the outcome, and we are expecting a final report from them shortly. Secondly, we've obviously started the process with Fetch as well. So Fetch, the Oracle service, that's currently under review. So the auditors are actually looking at the contracts now. Again, we're hoping that in the next couple of weeks, we'll have that concluded. We obviously will be continuing to develop those sort of monitoring tools. And we're very excited that, we are building a whole bunch of other tools that currently don't exist even on Telor. So some of these things I think Nick Fett has had a look at and is really keen to look at for the Telor version as well. But fundamentally, what we're doing at the moment is still building some of that infrastructure. And whilst the smart contracts are being reviewed and audited as we speak, we're not expecting that this is going to delay the launch. It just means that some of those tools that we would normally use for ourselves and perhaps some other development teams, they won't be available to a little bit later. But rest assured that this is something that we'll be dealing with prior to launching on mainnet.
All right, so some cool stuff happening there with Liquid Loans, as you see. So Liquidity Fork audits have been completed. The final report's coming into them, which is pretty cool. The Fetch Oracle, which is what we're waiting for, that's going to unleash all the big DeFi protocols with Fetch Oracle, it's under audit, and of course they're looking to get that finalized too. It's pretty cool. They're building out a lot of other utility infrastructure tools that other DeFi projects can use as well. It's a big deal, and of course, it's exciting to see. Now, with Fetch Oracle, of course, that gives you price calls. Also, can do non-price calls, but of course, we know Gamma from the Pulsechain team has been doing a lot of education around the Fetch Oracle, and there will be such a thing as Fetch Oracle reporters, which means that you can actually, if I don't know what the requirements are, you have to follow Gamma. But you'll be able to, there is an opportunity to earn in that niche earnings for price calls and things like that, and non-price calls. So it's kind of cool. I believe that also Pulsepot, which is, BNB Pulsepot there, the one that launched TYRH, Jacob there is also waiting for that Fetch Oracles as well. There's a number of protocols that will probably end up using all that infrastructure. So it's very important. Like I say, we're still early in Pulsechain, and we need this infrastructure to get the big players on. With the big protocols and bring on leverage lending on large scale. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to add new features to Pulse and PulseX, collateralizing them, and of course taking more of it off the market and being able to buy more of it. And that's all bullish, right? That sort of spiral cycle is kind of what we're after there. All right, so good news from Crypto Crazy, and that's you gotta love crypto, right? Where the CEO is called Crypto Crazy. That's pretty cool. We're so unconventional in crypto, I love it. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's see who else has jumped in the chat there. Bloodfish King says, I now have four times my initial sacrifice in terms of PLS and PLSX. That's what I'm talking about. Dollar cost averaging with these pullbacks. Kind of been, if you have been looking to do that, it's kind of been a dream run for you, I would say. Well done, Bloodfish King. DCA for the win, says Sandy Beach. What else there? We got a couple other comments as well. Yeah, Brian. So if you are wanting to onboard Fiat, if you're in the United States, if you're in Canada, if you're in UK, if you're in Australia, those are the four markets that are currently open for Coast. That is the direct, and I say direct Fiat, the only direct Fiat ramp from Fiat and US dollars into CST stablecoin. So that's kind of cool. Now, there are other ways to on-ramp that at least take 2 steps, but that is the one-step solution there. And yeah, Brian, you can use Brian's referral code for the Coast there. And of course, you get 5,000 weight tokens, and so does the referrer. So it's a win-win. We love win-wins. So that's kind of cool there. And thank you, Brian. Check that out. What else? We got George Taco as well. Hey, what's up, guys? Good to see you, George. What someone else used the Coast on-ramp earlier. They said that they bought a Fiat in and turned it into CST, and they're straight away they're on Pulsechain. I love it. It's so good. Hex PulseX Pulsechain says saying absolutely. You know, Pulsechain is the people's chain. It is true DeFi. Your keys, your coins, and that's where we want to operate. We want more people in crypto to operate that. We saw last year how many people on CeFi, centralized finance, centralized exchanges, centralized dApps, how they all got wrecked. So DeFi is the place to be. We've got to keep growing it and take more market share. That's all I can say. We've got Over in house as well. Morning, soldiers. Good to see you. And we've got Rich May, full-time job, managing farms, starting and ending stakes, minting, watering plants, etc. Yeah, TYRH is a bit like a full-time job on that protocol. That is pretty funny. But it's a lot of fun to make GameFi. You know, that's where Jacob specializes in GameFi. Very advanced coding and stuff like that, price calls. So big hat off to that. What else there? Ivor says, when is PulseX a penny? I need to retire, says Ivor. Or accumulate while you can. It's the early days of Pulsechain. It's the best time to accumulate, and the Black Swan event has meant that you can accumulate a lot more than you could have otherwise dreamed before. We've got Pulse Demic as well. Morning, guys. Slept in. Time to catch up on this beautiful Sunday. Absolutely. I'm going for a walk after the live stream, so day 24 on my walk. I do encourage people to check out Sandy Beach for fitness and health. It's really inspired myself. I know Brian, our community leader, is also inspired. We're both trying to train and get fitter. Looks like you haven't streamed about Axie in a while. Is that project dead? No, I'm going to be doing an update on that, but I'm doing a specialty video. That's going to be on Superman Crypto. Superman Crypto is my general channel, and I do DGN channels on there too. Whereas Hex Token is more Pulsechain and Hex. So that's kind of the way we cover those, but I do cover Pulsechain on both. Magic Cup Rides in the house there. G'day, family. Good to see you, Magic Cup Ride. And Magic Cup Ride's doing front ends for liquid loans. They're building front ends for that, which is pretty cool. Like Power City, they're doing front ends too. So that's what we're going to have with liquidity forks. And you want to have these different strategies and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. Nice to see Magic Cup Ride in the house representing. Big Goodness is a TYRH V3 shining with water plant token. NFT's fun staking system. Yeah, everyone seems to be enjoying it. MJB as well. Beyond shining. Absolutely. What else there? We've got a lot of people posting TRH. I'm going to jump through some of those comments. A bit too many for me to go through. What else there? Yep, Brian's got his coach referral there if you want to hit that up. What else there? MCR hit 4,000 followers on X Twitter today. Well done. Well done, Magic Cup Ride. That's huge. I just hit, Hex Token just hit 3,000. And so it's great to see that. That's fantastic. So yeah, and I think Sandy Beach is on almost to 3,400. So onwards, upwards, like that. What else we got there? Francis got the hearts out. Love to see the hearts. Sandy Beach just posted a tweet about MCR. Very nice of you to do that. And we've got lots of people in there with the TROH. Now, a couple of days ago, we had a lot of people in with the orange Hex, origin address Hex meme coin. Today, we've got the TRH crew in the house as well. So welcome to all of you. I know it's definitely a fun project. All right, let's move on from the liquid loans. We're going to get into the markets and get into GoPulse swap. Let's do that. The BTC at the moment, $29,454. ETH at 1851, still sitting the same. It feels like this for 10 days, is it? Feels like this for 10 days. I know that Coinbase second layer has launched as well. There'll be some distraction in CeFi about that. Obviously, Coinbase has something like over 100 million users, they say. So there'll be lots of action happening on the old base token for their new second layer. That is out, I think, was it out yesterday? Something like that. So they'll be getting a lot of attention. But other than that, the market's pretty flat. So that's pretty much it. All right, let's get into Pulse then. Now, the transactions on Pulse here, this was posted by HODLdog. HODLdog wasn't one of the biggest influencers in the space in Pulsechain and Hex. And, of course, he's posted this here. Look at this. Increase in transactions, looking pretty good. 568,000. So we're definitely doing well with the transactions there and moving into August. So, yay, that's what you want. You want lifeblood on the old transactions, right? You want a lot of people, doing things on there. And, of course, we want more things on Pulsechain, right? There's more people doing more transactions and more protocols. It all works together, doesn't it? You mix it together and you got an increasing valuable chain over time. So that's what we wanted to get. And we've got all the big protocols waiting for that feature oracle as well. That's kind of cool there from HODLdog. I thought I'd highlight that. And it's in the Pulsechain as well. We've got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0447 is down 9.42%. So we're getting used to this now. We're pretty tough in this ecosystem. We're at 45% of the sacrifice price for Pulse. So let's go have a look at the Pulse chart on the daily. And you guys know we talked about this in full yesterday. We talked about the fact that if we were going to breach, then our floor was down at the 78.6 on the Fibonacci. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Fibonacci's, that's the Fibonacci line. Typically, you go down to 61.8 after a move. But sometimes when you have a black swan event like the SEC, it can be a bit more volatile and go down 78 or more, even lower. But that was giving us an indication of where the price might go. Now, it did breach that overnight. So we had this big fat red candle. And I did say yesterday, this was going to be a critical day, And it definitely, we had some big players still moving out and selling us down, right? So that's what's happened there. And we breached the 4,500 mark, which was our defense line. We managed to get down as low as 4,300, and then we've bounced back. Off that at the moment. So we've got a brand new candle today. I'll let it be green. We want a green candle here. I'm telling you, we want a green candle. Very important place to get support in the price chart. So let's see how we go. Definitely, you can pick up tons of volume in the Pulse chart there. Now, interesting enough, we did have a bit of a support back here at 4,300 way back on the 1st of August when we had our second day of the SEC Black Swan event. That sort of lasted for 3 days, right? So it lasted for 3 days and it went down all the way down to around about 3,300. So we're still up from that at the moment, but it's probably a pretty important zone where we are right now to consolidate around 4,500. So that's kind of what we're looking for today. Can we consolidate around that 4,500 and start to form a base to bounce off? But at the moment, of course, that means you can also buy a lot more Pulse at the moment. That being said, of course, we've got to get this confirmation. We've got to get some stability there. So that's where we're looking at trying to defend the line at the 4,500 there. We're still up 33% from the bottom of the SEC event back on the 2nd of August when it went back there. We did get a very nice little quasi V recovery, but we got quite high up there. But of course, we just had some whales that decided to exit on here as well. And we also had a few other events I'm not going to talk about, but that's kind of the play there today. All right. So, and like I say, we also had Coinbase launched, I believe, as well. So we've got a second layer there that might have had given some relativity too. I can't confirm that, but that may have happened as well. So that is down at the moment. So let's go to the PulseX. At the moment, PulseX quadruple 0138 down 10%. So slightly stronger than the old Pulse. One Pulse will get you 3.23 PulseX at the moment. The burn is saying here that the burn is 345,000. 345 billion, 345 billion, 0.6. So that is pretty much the mark there. 1.66% of the PulseX supply, public supply that has been burned so far, which is pretty amazing. Incentive token is down 10% at 0.4% at $1.95. The ratio is broken down to 43,761. So that's pretty similar to PulseX. Let's go have a look at those charts. That is the PulseX chart there. And we also, our 78.6 on the Fibonacci was at 1300. And we're pretty much, we just spiked through that, but jumped up above it. And so we're sitting on the 78.6 at the moment, approximately. So that's kind of the mark there. Incentive token, the ratio, let's look at the ratio of incentive to pulse. It's just slowly sliding down still at 43,761. Let's go look at the, I haven't pulled this up, but let's go look at the PulseX yield farming. Take a snapshot of that while we're here. Let's do that. Now, what day are we on? We're on finishing up day 892. We're finishing up day 92 on the old Pulsechain. Still very early, right? 3 months, still very early. And of course, plus including the Black Swan event. So we've got to take that into account. That sort of will defer things out a bit more. So let's push it out 6 weeks, say 4 to 6 weeks at the minimum. And so there we are at the moment on there. Let's go have a look at the farms. The farms there, these are the yields at the moment. So the DAI is 97%, USDC 86, wrapped ETH there's 79 and 94% on USD Tether. Those are the bridging ones. Those are the ones that you want. But of course, we've got our own stable coins coming as well. We've got CST there now. We want to turn that, get millions and millions of dollars onto that. I know that the team, I think the Coast team is targeting $50 to $100 million, and we want to work towards that. And I guess all the community influencers, community people have got, and of course, project teams have to work towards that too, getting the fiats on here however you can. So that's kind of mean we need to really start pivoting to onboarding, and so we're going to try and do that on this channel at least. So yeah, we've got these are the amounts in there at the moment, and of course we've got the PulseX Pulse and the Hex Pulse there sitting at 15% and 21% respectively. And then, of course, the incentive pools there at around 84, 85%. So that is the pools. We're still waiting for the wild card, of course. The experimental, as Richard put it, are single-side staking pools. That would certainly create some excitement in the markets, depending on how that's set up. But we're looking forward to that too. And like I say in past videos, not really expecting limit orders to come or the DAO to come for some time. That's my guess on that one for some good reasons, as you could probably imagine. We want to the up and down free floating of V2, of Uniswap V2 there just to operate and not have any particular walls put up or this or that. So that's kind of the way it's set up at the moment. Now, the PulseX there is sitting there, like I say, at 1,300 and of course 1,400 at the moment, actually the price. And of course, we've got the incentive there at 43,762 at the moment. All right, that brings us into Hex. Hex at the moment is 00813. So we broke the penny. We're down at 0.8 of a penny, just over it. And of course, we've got eHex there at we broke half a penny. We're down at 45 hundredths of a penny. So the combined price of Hex, eHex and PHex is 1.26 cents at the moment. And PHex is down 12.2% today. So that's actually the relative worst performer out of these so far. One Hex will get you 182 pulse. So definitely with that bigger day down, Hex is relatively weaker to compare to pulse than we have seen normally at these days. So that's kind of the play there. One PHex will get you 1.83 eHex as well. So that's weakened as well. That relationship's weakened as well. So PHex has weakened relative to pulse and relative to eHex as well. That's pretty much interesting there. Let's go have a look at the prices of PHex. Is the PHex chart there on the hourly. You can see that we actually got down pretty low here on the last hour. We got down to just under 0.8 of a penny, managed to spike back, and we're at just over 0.8 of a penny there, right in that Bollinger Band. But let's have a look at the daily. That's the daily chart there as well. So we're not even close to the Bollinger Band at the moment. So hopefully we can find some support here around 0.8 of a penny and move back up. Now we've got eHex, of course. This is bridged in eHex on Pulsechain, and of course that's at 0.4 of a penny, just sitting there as well. Bounced off the last couple of days, our 0.4 of a penny, and we're sitting at 43 hundredths of 1 penny at the moment. All right, that is pretty much it on that, and that's going to bring us into the Pulsechain projects. Before we do that though, let's have a look at the validators. We've got 37,805 validators. Now these are owned by the people. The people of Pulsechain own these, and of course they are mining Pulse there by being a validator. They're supporting Pulsechain is fully decentralized, making Pulsechain a true DeFi as well. And of course we've got 1.21 trillion Pulse off the market that can't be traded. Amazing. That's in addition to the buy and burn, the EIP 1559 burn, and of course the Genesis 4,096 validators that exited as well, with about 131 billion burn through that. So that's kind of cool. Onwards and upwards for that. So kind of cool off that. And of course, waiting for liquid loans to come. That's going to help collateralize Pulse, and hopefully a lot of the big players use that protocol and take more Pulse off the market, and of course use it to buy more Pulse. That's kind of the logic there. All right, so that's pretty cool on that one. Finally, we're super cheap, as Richard said earlier on his tweet. We are super cheap to operate. 1 cent for a PulseX transfer today. Amazing. Is that the cheapest we've seen? Just about. And we got, look at that, 0009 cents for a Pulse coin transfer. Unbelievable. Less than 1/10 of a penny. And of course, 3/10 of a penny for PRC20 coin transfer. We're 532 times cheaper than Ethereum and 435 cheaper than Bitcoin, and we're real DeFi. So that's kind of the cool thing as well. Now, the one thing you might see is that on Twitter yesterday, I put out Pulse Swap X, where you can swap. Now, I've got the links in the video descriptions. I've updated all my video descriptions with the GoPulseX swap. And of course, you can swap all your coins there for PLS. Now, I've got a custom referral code there now, so it's under Hex Token, which is pretty cool. And you can use that to buy and sell. So that's kind of cool on that one. So yeah, you got Pulse and PulseX. You can do that. There's a 0.25% referral fee, and of course, all that stuff's going to be held for a long time in its fees. So kind of cool there. You can swap something of 450,000 tokens on here, and yeah, go for gold on that. So help support the channel as well. There is links in the video description if you want to use GoPulseX swap for that. And of course, it's 88 times faster. 88 times faster than using a Uniswap because they're using linear technology on there rather than I think it was lateral technology. So kind of cool. All right, that is it from GoPulse, and we're just finishing up day 92, which is pretty cool. Let's jump away from that. We're going to get into the projects. Before we do that, though, let's catch up on the. We're going to go to ERC20s actually. Let's go to ERC20s. Let's catch up on the chat and see who else has jumped in here. We're 42 minutes on the hour here on Sunday in good old New Zealand at the bottom of the world, but we're in the future, so we're bringing you the future as well. I don't know how that works, but apparently, Michael J. Fox worked it out in Back to the Future. So we're back to the future here. Let's see who else. We got some comments in here. We had Magic Cup right in, that's for sure. We had TYRH in the house. Nice to see them both in here. Let's see here. We got those comments. We've got Francis, got up to there. Got lots of hearts from Francis. I remember that much. And what else there? Harry Williams says, Coast will not let me upload my pick ID, so it won't let me use it. Well, maybe hit them up on the helpline, Harry. Should be able to work through that somehow. Magic Cup Ride says, tears for swaps if you like more coins, says Magic Cup Rides. Brennan's in the house there. Hey, Brennan, good to see you. Morning, folks. And what else there? I used a PC and I went through. Oh, nice one for the old image photo. What else there? We've got Katie as well, about to check out the highest stakes in a few hours. Cheers, Katie. You're lucky, hashtag lucky. So Katie's going to the highest stakes. That's going to be very, very cool indeed. And you guys know I love playing the video. Love playing the 90-second teaser. Let's go on that.
Is Richard Hart. Genius.
Legendary.
The arrogant, bit of a narcissist.
The benevolent king.
$250,000. Hate me. I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life. Whatever the governments have been doing, it's not worked out. You've never had worse interest rates. Your money has never been worth less. And the only thing that's making it better is cryptocurrency.
Crypto is money without governments, and it is money without banks.
You're not going to meet another product like this as long as you live. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
They are promising 40% annual return.
Everything I have worked for is staked in Hex.
Good.
I put it all in.
All what?
All of our house money.
No, I don't think that it's a scam. Because I trust Richard Hart.
If ultimately this is all a big performance art project, people are gonna get fucked.
So that means I should trust you.
Listen, I think you should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting people like me, you'll get the crap scammed out of you.
All right, gotta love that, right? Gotta love it. This is the action, and of course, hashtag jealous to KD who's about to go see it. So big shout out to you. Now, if you're in the United States and you actually do, you get to go to one of those theaters. Take your friends, take your family, take somebody you don't know. It's going to be a lot of fun. So big shout out. Let us, KD, know how you go there, and maybe give us some images for Discord. That'd be cool. Pulse Bezos as well. Hey, good morning, everybody, family and friends. Good to see Pulse Bezos in the house. Who else is in there? Pulse Bezos says cancel Uniswap, catch and match a year. So this is where these guys aren't true DeFi, right? These guys are part of the centralized cartel. And of course Uniswap, Matcha, even MetaMask, the swap feature there, I believe, is stuck as well. So definitely, we've got to we have a big enough community, and we want to push DeFi, right? So we've just got to continue to expand. We've got the devs, we've got the community, we've got the influencers, we've got the leader, the founder. We've got a force to be reckoned with. So spread the word there. Try to avoid those as much as you can. Katie says, I heard they're a free Red Bull at this meetup. Katie's going to be going through the roof there. Don't get arrested, Katie. Don't get arrested with the old Red Bull. Or don't do some crazy trick there either. That's probably not going to be good either. Hexon Choice says, woohoo, seeing the movie in Dublin, California soon. Woo! Awesome, man. Awesome. That's fantastic. So we've got a couple people going to the movie this weekend. Let's see if we can keep those box office numbers up. I think we were number 20 or 19 by ranking in last weekend, the first premiere weekend. And if you did it by movie theater ratio with box office earnings, we're at number 13 last weekend. Let's see how we do this weekend as well. Take a stranger to a show day. Yeah, did I say that? My bad. Okay, maybe not so much strangers, but hey, sometimes strangers are okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a random. Hopefully, it's not. Yeah, I better stop there. Anyway, Katie says, haha, just the usual Hexkins is going. It's going to be a ton of fun. Very, very nice. All right, let's get back on track. Where's my screen? Are we here? Yeah. All right, so we've got the top PRC 20s, ESC20 price discoveries as we reach up. As we end day 92 on Pulsechain, start day 93. Excuse me. We've got Sushi Swap there at 128% is up. It's pretty dramatic on 15K liquidity. Let's have a look at that Sushi Swap there. What's happened on that candle? Oh boy, it got pumped. Look at that little pump there on the old Sushi as well. So that's kind of 15K liquidity. So, but man, that does get a little pump there. Uniswap's up 44% on the. Am I on the right pair? Yeah, I am. Uniswap there up versus Pulse up 44%. It's very small liquidities, a lot of these pulls, but you can see little green candles happening all over the place there. What else there? We got DAI versus Pulse. That's up 30%. How's that doing? So this was all the drama yesterday. Oh man, I wish I could tell you a story about this, but I can't. Anyway, so that is on the way up. That's kind of cool. Look at that. That's actually still doing okay there. Remember, it wasn't a bug. It was a feature. That's the basic idea there. I know some people want us to talk about them, but Dipcatcher and they have talked about this in full. If you want to go find out about the PDI and stuff, that's pretty much it. Aave there as well. Aave is what do we got? Aave there is up 30%. Link is up 30% as well. Let's have a look at some of these pools. They're very small liquidity pools, 5.5K. So remember that. You got to really support by that. But that's by the rates there. We've got Pippy up there as well. Pippy up as well. But let's do it by liquidity size, which I much prefer. We've got two liquidity pools over 100K. That is Wrap Bitcoin and Pippy. And of course, if you saw my tweet yesterday, I did a tweet on the top 5 meme picks moving forward. Obviously, we've got to wait till Pulsechain sort of calms down in terms of the Pulse price. But in terms of moving forward, I did the 5 picks. And one of them was Pippy. One of them was, I think, was SHIB. The other ones were Paul Pleb, Pulse Dodge, and where did the ETH go? I think those, because they've got the 9-inch sticks coming, right? So they all get single-sided staking pools and BBC tokens. Then that's going to pump all those prices, right? That's kind of the idea. But we're not talking memes at the moment. Talking top PRC 20s. Some of them are memes, but we're going to talk about that. $22 on Wrap Bitcoin at the moment. And we got Pippy, the other big one with over 100,000 liquidity, is at 7 zeros, 1440. That is the chart there. But you can see it actually looks not too bad, right? Especially under the current market conditions of Pulse. And of course, look at that. That's not bad. I mean, it could really launch off there once Pulse decides to, stop having a hissy fit. When Pulse stops having a hissy fit, that could really start to fly up there. Right, so that is the top ones by pools. We've got Maker and SHIB down the bottom here at 38K. So look, SHIB quickly, that is down 3%. So not much happening in there with the old SHIB. Those are the ones as well. All right, let's move on to memes, meme coins. We've got, let's go the top by liquidity. So we're not doing by liquidity, we're doing it by the best performer, by percentage. So it may or may not have big liquidity. We've got, we are PulseX. This is a small one. This is a Twitter guy on Twitter trying to pump this. So that's that we're going to pass by that. Pulse Dodge is small liquidity, but it's up 2% on Pulse Dodge. But let's have a look at it by liquidity. Everything else is pretty much down. Let's have liquidity. So top liquidity, 81K for where did the ETH go? This is a 9-inch meme coin. Poor Pleb, 9-inch meme coin, 40K. Dodge there. I think that's the Jeff Kadakis Dodge. And we got Paul Pleb there at 28 as well. Pulse Dodge here, 28. So these are the bigger liquidity pools on the memes that I'm tracking. So let's have a look at the top. So we are this here. So this here, once 9-inch token comes out, this will likely get a one single side staking pool and could actually ride up the other side, right? So we'll be watching out for that. That's true for all of these ones. Where did the ETH go? Poor Pleb as well, because obviously these charts are all sold off, and of course 9-inch has been delayed with the audit updates. And so once they get through that, maybe in the next couple of weeks, we could see this chart do some pretty spectacular things as well with the single side staking pools. And then of course, typically when you want to make crypto profits, you buy low. And if you've got news coming, and that's kind of cool, right? You buy low, and of course you try and sell high, right? So here it is. It's low at the moment. The news is still coming, and maybe 1 or 2 weeks, maybe away. We don't know. We're going to hopefully get an update, and these could all fly. So we'll be looking out for that. That's pretty much the memes. Let's jump over to the Pulsechain projects, which is our biggest category. We're going to do it by percentage first. Biggest percentage, of course, is the TYRH universe. Launched yesterday. We got Seed, Plant, and Water, and Holy. These are the 4 new tokens. Obviously, we've already got TYRH token and Burn. So now that's 6. Is that 6 tokens? It is. And don't forget to have NFTs on the platform. Pretty cool. We can see that TYRH is down here at number 7. And where's Burn gone? Where's Burn? Burn should be doing really well because you need Burn. Burn's down at number 33. Burn's not getting the love it deserves. Burn is not getting the love that it deserves. Anyway, we got that happening. We got Seed at the moment is 455. They're all up 500%. All these ones. Look at this. 234.5% for Holy, but Water, Plant, and Seed are all up 500%. Liquidity pools. The bigger liquidity pools are in Plant and Water, 45K. And of course, if you go to TYRH website, this is the website. They've redone. This is version 3, folks. And they've redone all that sort of stuff. Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. So that's pretty much it. They have a couple of things here. I thought I did some DGN on this, but I'm not sure. There's my DGN from the looks of it. So there's the burn, a DGN burn. And so that's gone and gone and gone. What else we got happening here? Water. See Water. We got some DGN happening here too. We got the Water. That is Water's going pretty well. So these things are all in place at the moment. They've got the NFT shop. I don't know if that's working for me. Let me know if there it is. It's working. There it is. So you got the NFT workshop. You can pick up some of these. You got to really understand the gamification. You might want to get into the Telegram or Discord and have a chat about that before you start interacting. But they've got all that. TRH burn, of course, burning rich and hard tokens. Look at that. Almost 40. Was it almost 1 billion pulse has been burned through TRH. Pretty amazing. Almost 2.3 billion PulseX, over 4.3 million Hex, and 18,607 tokens have been burned. Pretty amazing. And look at that. There's more to be burned as well all the time. So people are interacting with that. So there is a gamification with these new tokens, Plant, Water. They've got all these cool things. The Fountain. I mean, it really is GameFi here. Lord Springs as well. So there's lots of there to learn about. Seed Bank. The Seed Bank there. What else there? And Sprout House. So lots of fun here in the GameFi on the old TRH.io. All right, so that is TRH.io. And of course, what else are we going to say about that? If you want to check that out, I'll post the link. I guess I'll post the link there. And those are all the ones that have just been launched yesterday and doing pretty well on percentage-wise on the price chart. So you can check that out, TYRH. But I do suggest you get in and learn about the gamification first. So do that too. All right, cool. Now I've got the socials on that side, I think, as well. Yeah, at the top there, you got Twitter, Telegram. I'd get into Telegram probably, and Twitter. Telegram's a place where they chat a lot, I think, so you can get on there on that. All right, so that is pretty much they're the leaders. Outside of them, of course, B9, Papa B's token is up 15%. Let's have a quick look at that. Papa B. There we are. Nice little green candle on the daily on the old Papa B. And that's around security. They got a whole ton of stuff on their website there for B9. Beetroot is also the privacy hub. Is this one of my picks, one of my DeFi picks. I did a tweet the other day from that too, 2 days ago. This is one of the picks here to pick it up early. Privacy hub, multi-chain, and new services coming. So that's kind of cool there. I think it's somewhat undervalued. I think Randy Alaski thinks that too. I think he did a video on that one time. And yeah, TRH down there at number 12. That's pretty much it on those boards there. The biggest liquidity pools, we got TRH at 311,000. Tetra there at 187,000. Beetroot at 120,000. They're the ones over 100,000 there. And Daytona Finance is also doing pretty well. Also, it's got multiple pools as well. Prate, let's have a look at P share. Actually, P share is down. Wow, let's have a look at P share. This is on Pulse Rate. Man, oh man, that thing really got hammered, didn't it? Look at that. That got hammered on Pulse Rate there. Wow. Got all the way down to $463 for P share. That's a bit of a whammy there. So definitely exiting of funds on the old P share. All right, so that is the end of our tokens there. But let's go to finally have a look at the stablecoin. This is our 5th category, and how we're doing here. We got the stablecoin. We got 48K in the main pool versus Pulse. This is the coast, of course, and you can see we're at 96 cents. So we're actually below parity of $1. So this probably arbitrage will play a bit later as well. Let's see how much tokens we've got in terms of CST coming to the chain there. It still says 326. I'm not sure why it's stuck at that number, but it still says that it was that for the last 2 days. Not sure why it's stuck at that number. I know they had a lot of ACH coming in and they were going to convert to CST, but I would have thought that number would have continued to climb. So not sure what's happening there, and we'll find out sometimes. Maybe I'll talk to somebody who knows about that. That's pretty much it for the charts. Let's get into the NFTs. Let's not forget NFTs. PRC 721s are also a booming market on Pulsechain. And of course, Beatbox. We've got 3 NFT markets now. We've probably got about 20 NFT collections out there, I think. It's probably up in that number. And of course, we had a new one here launch on Beatbox. This is the number 1 in volume market, as far as I can tell. Pulsechain Club has just been loaded onto the homepage. So let's have a quick look at this. Got a floor price of 350, and these are these Pulsechain clubs. No, maybe some people they're into the little cats here. I'm not sure if they have any royalties. They probably do or something. I'm not sure what the tokenomics are on here. But here is the Pulsechain Club lining up there. So they're kind of cute catsies. Are they cute? I don't know. Let me know. This one's got Ray eyes. Ray eyes. I'm not sure. Ray eyes cute with a cat. Not sure. So let me know what you think about cutesy cats. Let me know. But anyway, so that is doing pretty well. Obviously, I think the number 1 performer by a long shot is Pulse Souls NFTs. They are dominating from what I can tell by volume and popularity. They continue to do really well. I'm not sure what's happening with these removed revokes there. 42 million in 24-hour volume. I mean, absolutely kicking butt on the volume. Clearly the number 1 protocol. Absolutely doing amazing there on the old Pulse Souls. So that is the number 1. Then we've got some other ones. Of course, we've got lots. We've got Eves there, Vertebrates. These are both from, was it that finance one? I can't remember the name off the top of my head. We got a few other there, lots of others. Richie World, of course, still minting out. I think pretty much most people are basically almost abandoned the PAYC. I think that's been abandoned from a lot of people that would support it. Hex Army, of course, is also the NFT collection for Beatbox. That's doing pretty well too. So there's lots of different NFTs to see. Pulse Doodles, Pulse Stars, Pulse Peppy, lots of different collections. Like I say, it's probably about 20 now. But Pulse Souls is definitely dominating in terms of popularity and market value. Royalties amazing too, right? 8% royalties, 2/3 go to the holders, so that's pretty cool too. All right, so the other one, of course, is the older one, of course, is Hex Toys is doing pretty well. So Hex Toys is in-house, and they've got their marketplace up and running. And it looks like the top performers are Pulse at Yacht Club. I think that's going to die off though. Pulse Kittens and Pulse Punks. The Pulse Punks, those are the kind of ones there that are doing well. And you can check out all the leaders and the boards in there too. They've got Pulse Souls. I don't think there's many Pulse Souls on sale here, but that's in there as well. And then number 3 is Pulse Market. Pulse Market kicking back there. You can see Pulse Souls at the top left there. and you got lots of not just NFT tokenomics, but you've also got a lot of DeFi NFTs as well, like Hex State instances and stuff like that. Hocus Pocus Cauldrons. There's lots of DeFi stuff on here as well. Zen Crypto. There's lots of different ones there as well as your other ones. What? That's another one too. The Kitties one here. So it's kind of cool. I'm having trouble with these sites. I've got too much stuff open on those. Anyway, so those are the three big NFT markets on at the moment, and we're waiting for the other big three to come, which is Mintra, NFT on Pulse, and Pixel Park from Power City. So those are all coming down the line. We'll have 6 big NFT marketplaces, and the other 3, of course, are sacrifice projects. So we're going to look forward to those launching. That's pretty much it on those. What day are we up to here? We're up to day 1349 on Hex. Let's get paid, everybody. Hex.com. And of course, with day 1349, we've got the 12th of August. The price there at 0.0445. So below half a penny, down 6.6%. The payout per T-share at the moment, 6.599 is the payout after yesterday's spectacular 10.69. We got almost 6.6. The share rate up 4.1 to 29,016. We've got 7.1 years the average mining length there. 39.2% is the APY over all the existing T-shares based on the T-share rates. I think the current maximum is around 30%, is it, for max share at the moment? Brian will be able to tell us, but I think it's about 30% is if you went to do it now for max share 15.2 years, but 39% over the existing T-shares. 217,000 Hex in liquidity pool, $250,000 and 38 ETH in the pool. What else we got to say? The T-share ownership pool is down 5,370. We got 9,842,000 T-shares in the pool. Let's jump over to the other key metrics that we look at. 9.31% of Hex is locked at the moment. We had pretty modest penalties, 400,000 today. That seems weird, doesn't it? Yesterday we had 81 million, which is pretty crazy. Liquid holders, we're at 14 liquid holders on the old ETH chain. We're down 4 miners. We got 120,392 miners on the ETH side there. So that is Hex on ETH. Looking at day 92 on the Pulsechain, so you can have Hex on Pulsechain or ETH, but day 92 on Pulsechain, 12th of August, we got the price there at 0.8 of a penny, and of course that is down 13.6%. The payout per T-share is 6.655 on the Pulsechain. The share rate is up 4.2 to 29,010. We have slightly shorter mining length on Pulsechain, 7.03 years rather than 7.1 years, and the APY over the T-shares there is 39%. Finally, we've got T-shares down 2,600 to 9,870,000. That's how many T-shares in the ownership pool. The amount of coins locked is 9.46% of Hex is locked on Pulsechain. We had a massive amount of penalties over there, 1.9 million, and nothing compared to yesterday, 83, but pretty cool. And of course, you've got T-shares, you're getting paid those bonuses there. Liquid holders are up 83, and miners are up 43. We're at 122,847. That is the Hex daily payouts. We're on day 1,350. My gosh! And man, are we going to be excited about HexScout coming? HexScout, could it be the ultimate app for the Hex Pulsechain? It really does look very, very cool, doesn't it? Looking forward to it, and all those cool feedback. It's going to be pretty neat. So we start day 93 on Pulsechain and day 1,350 on the Ethereum chain. Hex True DeFi, immutable code. You interact with, you mint your T-shares. You swap your Hex for T-shares, then you start minting your own Hex after that. It's really, really cool. No middle person in the road for you. Pretty neat. All right, that is pretty much it. Let's leave it on the Pulsechain chart. We'll go to the hourly. This is the hourly chart here at the moment on the old Pulsechain. We're at quadruple 0.4491 at the moment. So let's see how we can get a nice green candle today. Let's see if we can do it. We've got 53 people still in the house. I think we got up over... We get up to about 70, 80 people, but we're up, I think we did, about 53 at the moment. So welcome to everybody. If you're new to the channel, hit the smash the subscribe button. Where did I get up to on the chats? Let's see. Got up to there for sure. Quite a few people going to the highest of stakes movie today, which is nice. And Adam says, TRH has been pretty neat. He says, Adam, yeah, the gamification looks really, really fun. Sandy Beach says, family channel. What happened? Did something happen in there? What happened in there? I'm not sure. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. An hour and 5 minutes. That is the news, Pulsechain and Hex news for today. We covered Richard Hart. We covered GoPulseX swap, which is I've got Hex token referral there, custom referral. You can use that to buy and sell 450,000 different tokens on Pulsechain. Pretty cool. And of course, you got all the portfolio and other data on that side too. HexScout, of course, is coming probably by the end of next week, the 20th, and it could be the ultimate all-in-one onboarding tool for Hex and Pulsechain, and it's going to look very, very cool. Stakes as well. It's going to be pretty neat. And then, of course, Liquid Loans is also getting closer and closer to start to their run sheet. Now, what's their run sheet? Multi-sig first is what I'm expecting. And of course, I think it's called Pulsechain Safe or something like that. And then we're expecting the Fetch Oracle, which a number of protocols, all the big protocols are waiting for. And that's also going to include Oracle reporting. And then, of course, we've got Liquidity Fork, Power City Fork, and much more coming after that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Enjoy yourself. DCA, as we say, the amount of volume you can pick up at the moment, especially if you're looking at holding long term, is pretty neat. And of course, remember to do your own financial due diligence. Nothing on this channel is financial advice, all that good stuff. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Rock on. Now, our Discord is in there. So if you you'll have to join the Discord in the chat. And of course, I'm experimenting with the video chat. There's some people probably wondering where it is, but obviously mods can post that too. All right, is that it? I think so. Let's sign out. I'm going to go for my walk, day number 24. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place, same Superman channel. Big shout out to everybody on Superman Crypto. Big shout out to everybody on Hex Token. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Now, where's my sign off here? Let's go have a look. Let's see some inspiration from Richard. Shall we? On the way out? I think so. Let's see some inspiration from Richard. Where are we going here? Let's do it. That's right. Peace out, everybody. Bye for now. Take care.
My $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.